Okay, okay. We are finally live. At long last. Don't ask me why it took me so long to hit the go live button over on YouTube. That's all YouTube Goon. I'm gonna have a talk with him later. And if not, I I know exactly who to send him to. That said, welcome everyone to Dark Souls 1. I have taken the liberty of... Wait, hold on. That's a bit too loud for my taste. Maybe something like this. Okay. No, that's too low. There we go. So, Dark Souls 1. The game that technically started it all, but not really because there were other games like it before. They just didn't make it to mainstream level. Let's put it like that. However, it is a game that's very dear to my heart. Because it's the game that has reminded me I kind of like difficult games. Not because they're difficult or because I like the struggle, but because it makes me think about how to get around the difficulty. And that's one of the things I enjoy in games. Kind of like solving a more complex puzzle. And a fun puzzle at that. So, without any further ado, I have played the game before. I haven't actually finished the remaster version, so there might be a surprise or two in store even for me. But I don't think it will be anything on the level of Dark Souls 2 remaster, because that one was, yeah. Not necessarily bad, but it was very misunderstood, I'll put it like that. If I ever get around to playing it, I'll go more into it on that one, but today we are not here for Dark Souls 2, we are here for Dark Souls 1. So I've taken the liberty of already selecting some random stuff, it doesn't really matter. What matters at the beginning is the class and the gift. Now, this is going to be a bit of a paradoxical choice, considering what I'm trying to do and teach here. Because I'm going to go with Thief, because they start out with the Master Key. Now, here's the thing about the game. The game is kind of lying to you. Like a lot. For example, the high critical hits that the Thief is described as here, that's his weapon, not the Thief himself. The second you swap out the weapon, those critical hits go out the window. This one, however, is a very accurate one. Wields a scimitar, high dexterity. Fair enough. This one as well. High HP, solid armor, not easily toppled. Until you change the armor. Weapons expert. This one's a bit of a complex one that I'll go into more later. Basically, he can use a lot of weapons from the start. That's the idea. What else do we have here? Weak with magic. This is another one that's not really accurate. Because, for example, the bandit, it doesn't say weak with magic, and it's the exact same stats here. The game does that a lot. It often tells you something, but it doesn't tell you just how far in you get to make your own choices. And basically what I'm getting at is that none of these really matter except for the deprived, which starts out with all of them kind of equal, but with almost no gear at the beginning. The warrior, which is the most easy at the beginning for new players. And the thief, which has the master key, which if you are a new player, I do not recommend. And I'm going to explain why. The master key that the thief comes with, which can also be picked as a gift here. Do not pick both the thief and the master key, because that's a waste of the gift. Or, of course, you can also pick the nothing. The thing is, the master key opens any basic lock. What that means is that you can go into places you really shouldn't be if you haven't played the game before. There are certain places you can access it from the beginning, and depending on your approach, you might be able to do them. But you really shouldn't be in some of them. As previously stated in the thumbnail and several other occasions, I know what I'm doing. I played the game before. I played a lot of Souls games. As such, what I'm going to be doing is getting this little thing here and explaining what it does a bit later. So, oh, and for new players, what my recommendation is the Tiny Beings ring, which actually got its description updated. In the original, it said it grants HP regeneration. No, it only grants a small increase to HP. It's pretty significant considering your other early options for a ring, so I would definitely take that one. For people looking for a bit more lore, I would recommend the Old Witch's ring. And to have it on when a certain spidery area is in range. Also, all of them, as far as I know, minus the pendant, maybe even the pendant, I don't know for sure, can be found in the game later on. So there's no need to think too hard about all of this. Just know that most of these, minus the master key and the 2 rings, also the binoculars, but you can get them pretty early on. All of these, so actually no, these 3 here, these are consumables. It's a one and done. So be aware of that. I'll be taking the black fire bombs, and we shall begin our journey. Yes.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog.
Just a second.
A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons.
Dragon.
But then there was fire. And with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark.
Yes, please no more heat. I would like some cold.
Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales.
No, the dragons! No!
Witches weaved great firestorms.
All my homies hate the witches.
Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more.
Goddamn fairy dragons. This is why we don't trust fairy dragons in this house.
Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign.
There is something I really want to say about the main symbol of the series, the dark sign. But I feel like I really shouldn't say it until I've also played Dark Souls 2 to have the full trilogy in perspective on the channel. But basically, that's the timeline of the game.
The dark sign brands the undead.
The dark sign is the timeline. A little hint.
And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world.
Yeah, about that, the end is not coming. I'm sorry to announce that for anyone who was expecting it. Deal with it. Live your lives. Hell, even I'm about to... Like, look at my guy. He got the news and he's like, okay, I guess I better do something. Anyway, out of here. Oh, a convenient corpse with a key. Hey Oscar, how are you doing? Good luck, I know you'll need it. And here we are. In the most Bethesda setting of all. In a dungeon. Or rather as a prisoner. Hey there. You'll be attempting to kick my ass a bit later, not just yet. I'll see you in a few hours. The game does run excellently. I was about to say extremely. I wanted to be fancier and wanted to say excellently, and ended up kind of mixing them and stopping midway. Sorry about that. But I'm just amazed at how well it works. Because I remember playing the first Dark Souls, like the first version of the first Dark Souls. Oh boy! It didn't even have proper, whatchamacallem, keyboard and mouse control, which is what I'm using. It was hell. Now, about those firebombs. They're a little bit overpowered in the early game, especially against this guy over here. As you can clearly see, 5 firebombs and down he goes. Fun little fact, you don't get the hammer unless you kill him the first time you see him. Oh, I was about to say, where are the souls? I was supposed to get souls. Wait. And then, oh god, this... Okay, I'm slowly remembering how this works, but it's still annoying. And the backstab. Not necessary, but I really like how it puts me inside of the wall. I've always been an advocate of there are ways to cheese stuff in Dark Souls if you know about them or if you have the foresight to look ahead and understand what you are looking at. So we see a ball at the top of those stairs. As you can see, easily avoided. No issue, no problem. Now, I could listen to his sad story, but... spoiler, he dies anyways. And he's gonna annoy me a bit later, so... yeah. One of the reasons why I don't like leaving him alive. Open this. Go down here. This is just to be safe, honestly. Because I am rusty with the game. Quite a bit. And I do believe there's one last item that I do want to grab. Which also happens to be on top of these stairs. Well, okay then. I just stopped trying to be fancy. I say it again, this is not a get good stream. If you're here for that, you are in the wrong, you're in the wrong stream, friend. I wish you the best, but you are in the very wrong stream. This is not a get good stream. This is the cheese everything and show people how it's done stream, without dying preferably. Come on. Most archers in this aren't an issue. We will get to the ones that are an issue in a bit of a later area. Oh, never mind, it's locked. Ah, memory. Failing me yet again. I was worried I was gonna die there. Hence the silence. I was calculating, I was thinking, wait a second, how big was the fall damage in this game again? Apparently not that big. Which reminds me, the fall damage in Dark Souls 3, dear God. I need a hero for that. Okay, just the birds over there. Gonna visit them slightly later. Ah, there we go. That's the item I wanted. Again, I want everyone to be very much aware. What I'm gonna be doing here is the absolute cheese of the game. Every single trick in the book will be used
It is stated
to the utmost.
that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage. to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Ah yes, Lordran. Land of Ancient Lords. And hey, now we can actually level up. So, I do suppose I feel a little bit bad about killing him so fast. He would have died anyways. And he's still going to be an enemy later on, so all I did was skip his dialogue. The basic idea, lore-wise. The undead are corralled to the north. For now we don't really know why. He was also one of the undead, and there was a saying in his family. Thou who art undead are chosen. Make pilgrimage to the land of Lordran and ring the bell of awakening. Now, if we talk to this character that I like infinitely more...
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out.
I did not want to do that. I wanted to put the volume a bit higher.
Well, what do we have? Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well,
Do not fat finger the attack button, folks.
there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are actually 2 bells of awakening. One's up
plot
above
twist.
in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land.
Oh,
of
we
the
can hear the bell.
undead?
So, fun fact. Whenever someone actually rings the bell, if you're online, you can actually hear it in the distance. Which is a cool little thing. Now, I'll just be doing what is commonly known as a suicide run, getting some of the best items early. And I'm going to attempt to not die during it. Which is, granted, unlikely, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, basically all the items that can help you along your journey. Sooner rather than later. Okay guys, I really don't have time for you, if you don't mind. Not dealing with all of you would be fantastic. Oh great. Okay, fine, we'll do it my way. Ah! I think my hesitation got me killed. I would have usually been just with a pixel out of range. Oh well, not an issue. As I said, it is a suicide run. It's basically getting a lot of items that I really shouldn't be having this early on. And afterwards I'll show you everything that we have villaged from our little run. and how much of a difference it can make. After all, 90 souls is... it's so little. I wouldn't mind completely losing them. I won't, but it's not an issue if I did. Wait, the wing spear was there? That's unusual a little bit, I would say. Yeah, bye, have a great time. Don't mind me. See ya. Have a nice day. I hope your bones get a lot of calcium in the afterlife. And may we never see each other again, at least for a couple of hours. Okay, so that's essentially what was supposed to happen the first time. Also, where did my souls go? Hold on. Not that it matters, but I'm curious because I didn't see the bloodstains. Curious. Okay. Time for the run number 2. Now this is a very important one, because the items we get from this run in particular are probably the most important. I just said important 2 times, didn't I? Ignore that. Ignore my absolute lack of vocabulary despite being the narrator. It's all for a good reason, I assure you. I'm just mapping out everything that I need to do. The enemies that I should be dodging and watching out for, and probably won't. Because let's be honest. Okay, the new Londo ruins. This is probably one of the most hated areas in the game, by the way. Both of the places we will be going to for some of the items are among the most hated areas in the game. You'll notice why in just a little bit. Nope. Nope. Yeah, okay. Sometimes I can roll past the ghost, other times it will bump me off into the abyss. Okay. Got the item, that's all that was needed. There's one more run we will be doing. Which covers a few... not necessarily essential items, but they are items that I highly value personally for a brand new run. So we will go and take them. I was contemplating changing a few of the item menus, but nah, it's fine. It's fine. I'll make do with it like this. Okay, my souls are there that time. Interesting. That's not however where we need to go. This hellish place is where we need to go. And yes, what I'm looking at right now is an undead dragon. It's a very still undead dragon, for now. Yes, that is indeed a dragon. Let's see what happened to this unfortunate soul who decided to mess with the dragon. Or rather with his loot. 1 and smack. I did a perfect recreation of that, and there are 2 more items. Damn it. As you can see, I am rusty. Which is perfect, because any show of skill would probably defeat the purpose of the stream, where I just show that anyone can beat the game. As long as you have 2 appendages that can touch a mouse and a keyboard, you can probably beat the game. I'll put it like that. And yes, I am including feet in that. I have seen people beat the game with their feet. I'm not saying the game is not difficult, but it requires a certain mindset, a certain spirit of exploration and knowing your options. A bit of an adventurous spirit, some might say. Also, now that the dragon is awake, he's actually less likely to do the attack that murder does. Knowing my luck though, less likely does mean he will be spamming it. So we shall see how this goes. Ooh, also. Yeah, we did get the good shield. Now, the fun thing about this shield, and the reason why I have it equipped, there we go, toggle display. Shield of a nameless knight, likely a higher ranked knight of Astora. One of the enchanted blue shields. The dragon crest shield greatly reduces fire damage. So that's not just a... Oh, it might do something. It actually gives quite a bit of fire resistance. Rather, has a lot of fire resistance. There we go. As you can see, 85% damage reduction in percentage. Fire reduction. Fire block. So if you block with this shield, you will only get a measly 15 of total damage. Never mind, you were kind, you were nice, you were friendly. I'd ask if you were feeling alright, but you obviously are not. So, let's see if we can nab a few more things on the way. Preferably without dying a miserable death. Also, hold on. Where was the thing? Did I pass it? I don't think so. It might have been the way I'm currently looking at. So you might be wondering why it's called the Valley of the Drakes. Well, this is why. This... And this is why we cut the dragon's tail, people. This is why. Okay, I think I messed around enough. So let's see what we actually acquire. So, the transient curse temporarily allows engagement with ghosts. Because in this game, you cannot hit the ghost to normal means. Magic will work, cursed weapons will work, of which there's like 2 of them, or maybe 3, I can't remember exactly. Which are basically the same weapon, but we don't get into that. And getting cursed. Like the actual curse, not the temporary curse, which is very kind by comparison. The actual curse you want to avoid. So, the only way to fight back against ghosts, who are cursed beings, is to become cursed oneself. The safest method, however dreadful, is to cut off an arm of the dead. Considering how many undead are here, you would think we'd have a lot more. But apparently we need a special arm. We've received the classic binoculars, which we can use to see certain details in the world. A good amount of souls. A firekeeper soul, which should not be used like this. I'll show the proper usage in a little bit. We have the Astora Straight Sword. Straight Sword of an unknown knight, likely one of Astora's superiors. High quality weapon with a powerful blessing. Now, if you look at this, not only does it deal magic damage, in addition to its normal damage, but it also has the holy element. Now what the holy element does is that it's not only is it strong against certain undead, it also stops them from coming back to life via necromancers. Particularly useful in a certain area of the game. It's one of the reasons why the sword is so early in the game, so that if you want to challenge that area, you have the option to do so, with a decent chance of actually winning. The Zweihander, the big boy sword. One of the gigantic straight great swords. As the name suggests, the Zweihander is held with two hands, but its wielder must still be inhumanly strong. It is this great weight that sends foes flying when hit solidly. So this is almost a meme weapon, but it's a very good meme weapon. It became a meme because of how good it is. The S-Stock. The largest of the thrusting swords. Can pierce an armored knight in one thrust. The blade is also sharp, allowing slicing as well. The S-Stock is one of those interesting weapons that I personally prefer to use a lot in the game, so you'll be seeing quite a bit of it. The Demon's Great Hammer. Demon weapon, built from the stone arch trees. Used by lesser demons at North Undead Asylum. This hammer is imbued with no special power, but can merely beat foes to a pulp, provided you have the strength to wield it. Which, as you can see here, is a lot. Don't get me wrong, the weapon is decent, but that's a lot of strength. The Winged Spear. A long-hilted spear with a barbed point. Long reach and can be used with shields up. That is very important. It will come into play later. Effective against hard exteriors and hits for high damage at the right moment of an enemy's swing. In other words, you can counter hit with this. But the hit radius is small and it is easily blocked by shields. Those are all of the items we have acquired thus far. So let's make good use of them. Over here is our Firekeeper, or rather the Firekeeper of Firelink Shrine. Some bonfires have a Firekeeper. If you kill said Firekeeper, the bonfire stops working. Do not do that. You are making it infinitely harder on yourself if you kill the Firekeeper. And now our flask will heal for more. Pretty easy, but a very important early upgrade to get. It will make things vastly more easy later on. So, here's a fun little fact. We now have a total of a lot of souls to use. So let's just power up, shall we? Twice as many souls as we got from the first boss. Wait. There we go. Not sure what that was about. I do believe a strength of 10 is needed for the Stora sword. So we will be getting that. A lot of more points into endurance. But also a bit into health. I'm gonna keep bumping endurance until we reach a good amount because it's extremely important that we can roll and attack at the same time. You can totally finish the game without any of that because without any levels, just being at the base level, it's 100% possible. It's also 100% not recommended for a new player to do that. Or for most players in general who want to enjoy the game to do that. Unless they enjoy a challenge, like an actual unforgiving challenge. Unless that's what you are looking for, I really don't recommend it. Not even a little bit. And yes, I did realize I forgot one of the souls. Since I was missing a level up that I wanted. That's it. Let us equip ourselves more appropriately, shall we? For example, now, while we cannot use it and get the magic effect, we can use it and get the physical damage. See here. So our damage will be 80 plus 18 plus magic damages, whatever the hell is over here, which is, if I'm not mistaken, 60. Not the total damage it might do, normally, but it will still deal a decent amount. We'll also go for the S-Stock. I think I like the Astora Straight Sword right now. Currently this one is just a burden. So we'll just unequip it. Also, fun fact, even though I cannot use it, quote unquote, as long as I have the physical stats to use it, my animations will not be affected. If I don't have the physical stats, that's where I lose way more damage than what should be normally possible. I can't tell if I hit a shield or if it bounces out because I don't have the stats. Because it okay, this might be a Dark Souls 1 thing, but I'm pretty sure it should not bounce off like that. Hold on, I need to check something. Is it bouncing off because I don't have the stats? Yes. Yes, it actually is. Oh no. It deals the damage, but it bounces off. Okay, apparently it's a learning experience for me as well. S-Stock it is. S-Stock is best, okay, as they say. Okay. I'm just going to be taking all of these back. Going the pokey stick route. And yes, you are seeing correctly. I have 2 instances of a hit with this weapon at its dash attack. Which is one of the reasons why I really like using it. Now, I don't really have a reason to go there right now, so I just won't. I'll be back for that item later. There comes a reason to get there later on. Rest assured. Now past the rat, past the tunnel, and we arrive in Undeadburg. A city of undead. And the locals aren't exactly friendly. As you can clearly see. They are easy to deal with, but friendly is most definitely not their call sign. Also, the Dark Souls fun of destroying barrels. Always a good time. Also, can I just say that I love how they trick you into thinking that there's nothing in all of these, and later on there's something in one of them? Absolutely brilliant. As you can see, a bit of awareness will lead us to this slightly hidden path, so we call it. And from here on, we have a few ways this can go. Line them up, knock them down. Wait, where is that one? I think that's a bit later on if memory serves. Yeah, it might be, because I don't recognize how to get to that item from here. Unless I missed it. But oh well. Can get them all. And prepare for one of the first jump scares in the game. In 3, 2, and 1. Hi, dragon. Well, Drake. Now you better fly off, you annoying piece of... Can you tell I don't like the Drake? As you see, position and awareness of the fact that there is an annoying archer trying to shoot my head. Very much essential. We're just going to be resting here. We will not be consuming the souls because I have plans for them later on. Now normally, this would probably be the best shield upgrade you will get for a while. If you didn't do the suicide run I did. The easiest way to deal with the shield guys is to just circle around them. And then poke them. Easy fix to their little shenanigans. Pass the barrels. Careful of the ambush. Ahem. And say hi to the nice little merchant.
Well now, then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Now, there are a few items of interest here. Especially for co-op. There's also a residence key, which, fun fact, we don't need because we have the master key. This has a scimitar, a rapier, a hand axe, a few clubs, a spear, a slightly better shield if I remember, and the highlight, the short bow for 1,000 souls. For a very easy time, purchase the short bow and get a decent amount of, let's say, the standard arrows. You could get the large one, but it's really kind of a waste. So let's just grab a good amount. A chunky amount, so that we won't run out anytime soon. Yeah, that should do. That seems like a fair amount. He also sells armor, which, while somewhat decent, it's kind of bad. I don't recommend it.
Thank you kindly.
Now, the second thing you might want from him isn't actually on sale. It's on him. So, excuse me, kind sir. But, how do I say this?
Gone mad, have you? I'll teach you, you lousy rat. Yulia! Yulia! Why me, little Yulia?
Yes, I would like Yulia for myself, please. aka the Uchigatana. Which is a very good weapon. It's also a dex weapon. And also, can I use it? With my current stats, I mean. Ooh, just short. A little bit more strength needed. One of the reasons it's good is that A, it has good range, it has good damage, and it also has a bleed effect and excellent dexterity scaling. It's basically a very long dagger. Minus the extra crit on the dagger. But that's something to work towards. Okay, come on. And now up we go into the unknown. And by the unknown I mean back over here. Which is also where you are supposed to make that jump. Also, if your weight happens to not be in the best which currently I don't think it is. I do believe a bit of unequipping is necessary. See? Easy. Now let's re-equip all of our gear. And see what the world holds for us. Let's just have a bit of... I was expecting the animation to actually keep me safe that time. I was wrong. Oh well, no matter. Now we can finally making some usual player progress, as I like to call it. As in, from now on, what you will see is the normal route of going ahead the game. Minus the fact that we have a pretty overpowered weapon. The best way to deal with this situation, if you see you are outnumbered, relocate, reduce their numbers, take it slow, and fight on your territory, not theirs. Even if you make a few mistakes, you can probably recover decently well from it. And now what would have turned into a 3-on-1 gank has turned into a 1v1 with a slight surprise. Additional firebombs, always useful, especially the black variety, which are stronger. Personally, because they use black gunpowder. Okay, I'll admit I did not expect the jumping man. I expected it that time. One, two, three. If I wait a bit. Exactly this will happen. And I'll be able to take down all of them with absolutely no difficulty at all. Wait a second. Yeah, I thought this was nothing. Okay. Fair enough. Although this is a good ganking spot for PvP. Let's go say hi to the archer here. So he won't be spending the everything later on. Now, on guard. As you can see, having a shield is a clear advantage that I don't have. Him leaving the shield down, however, is to my advantage. Granted, not keeping your shield or your block up does make stamina regenerate faster, as you can see here. No chances there. I've already learned the lesson of that apparently the high ground isn't always the best ground. It should be in most fights, not always. Why, hello there. There we go. Now this is going to be quite risky, because this is an opponent I have zero confidence in beating myself. Ah yes, the death plunge, never mind. So what I'm gonna be doing is hope that I can get him off guard and backstab him. Like a 1,000 times, because otherwise I'm gonna have a bit of an issue. Okay, Mr. Black Knight, if you would... Oh, yeah. He is joining me. And up the bomb it goes. Yes, you are being very fancy with that sword of yours. Ow. Never dodge in that direction. Oh, come on. Thank you. I should not be thanking you. You are attempting to murder me. And you're doing a very poor job at it. Just the chunk. I was hoping for the weapon, because their weapons are random drop and can be vastly superior to everything else in the game. But oh well. Normally at this point I would recommend people going back to get the flask. I know what I'm doing. So excuse me as I do exactly the opposite. And go and fight the boss. Also, I do believe it was upstairs, and I might need a different weapon for this. Hold on. Hold the phone. Can I use this actually? Hold on. Wait. Yes, perfect. Excellent. Yeah, that's the attack I want. Hi, Crystal Lizard. How are you doing? You're not escaping me. And that's why we need the short sword here, everyone. It's extremely good at killing that annoying lizard. It won't be what we use for what's coming up next, but it's useful. Oh, I forgot to get the ring. Oh well. I'll get it after. The Black Knight was guarding a ring, by the way. Now. There's a little something I want in my inventory for this. There we go. Now, at about the halfway point, if I recall. There it is. I'll be with you in a second, my Taurus demon. Don't you worry. You will not have to wait long. And that's about everyone. The second boss of the game. Done in several seconds. There was also the option of going back up the ladder and coming back down. I just didn't take that option. No need to. Now I should be getting that ring that I forgot with the Black Knight. Yep, it's all the way over here. Also, speaking of rings, there's one more ring that can be obtained if you have the thief key. It's a bit of a hard fight, and quite long. But let's see if I can pull it off. As you can see, master key used. Hello, Howard, can you come up here, please? I would rather fight you up here. Thank you. As you can see, this will take a while. Unless he spins on the spot, which can happen. I was expecting that to be a backstab animation. Apparently I was gravely mistaken. I think I was way too off my senses for backstabbing quite a bit. Oh well. The age-old Dark Souls tried and tested method of running past everything is now in full effect. There's a reason why I'm going to the boss room first. That's because I want to lose any pursuers that might be attempting to do exactly what this guy is doing to me. Why are all of you suddenly sword users? Okay, that was quite unusual. Oh, and there's more of you. Well. I'll be happy to deal with all of you one by one. The crystal lizard, however, doesn't respawn, sadly. Also now, because we died all the way here, and not down there, our souls are here in safety. Not that it matters with Havel, but just so I don't forget about it. Come on, Havel. Come on. Actually, hold on. That... As I said, getting wood, not required. What I'm trying to do, however, slight requirement of skill, if I want to do it this early. Oh, come on. Just a teeny tiny whiny bit. Why was the door closed? These bastards closed my door. Can I close this? I don't think I can. I may have messed up royally. Oh yeah, he's coming. He wants the booty. Well, go on. Oh, you have friends. You had friends. Anyone else? No? Okay. Make way, because I have to deal with something far worse than all of you to put together. There we go. Okay, that was almost bad. No, you're not going stone mode on me. His attacks are slow and they're easy to dodge. I'm just bad at it. Come on, Havel, come on. Okay, in my defense, I pressed the button there. That was the game being on keyboard and not having the fixes to actually register the dodge. You know what, Havel, I'll be seeing you later as well. No reason to rush all of this that much. It would have been good if I thought to actually install the... Okay. Oh, no. Oh my. That's gonna set me back a bit, isn't it? 6,000 souls. Okay. Let's stop messing around with Havel and friends. And just progress with the game before I actually make more mistakes than any self-respecting veteran of the game should be doing. Although I think we might be past that point, if I'm being completely honest. Because 6,000 souls, you know what, actually, it's fine. 6,000 souls is about the amount a normal player would lose at this point. Trying just to cover half of the stuff I did. It won't be in one single go, so it won't hurt as much. But it's about the amount you would normally lose while doing stuff to grind and whatnot. In the meantime, let's talk with Sunbro. Hello, Solaire. Radiant as always, I see.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well,
Not at all, Solaire.
no need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
Yes, it is the look of seeing a good friend.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Always. Yes.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined in a land brimming with hollows. Could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Yes.
It pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation.
Jolly
But
cooperation.
I am a warrior of the sun, if you missed.
Thank you, Solaire. Fun fact, you can summon several NPCs, and it is needed to summon them at certain points to advance their stories. Now, and that's how to get past the dragon, everyone. And now he's off. Look at that majestic bastard. Flapping his wings off. I don't remember the exact requirement for it to this, because there were... That is the place you pray to it, and you get a certain very useful and powerful spell. Shortcut unlocked. And now I can also enjoy the loot. Second, more important shortcut unlocked. And the usual one, might I add. Now I need to figure out how to summon the dragon again. And I do believe that requires me restarting the game, so be right back. Because of course someone had to be annoying with how you deal with the dragon once he's gone. Spoiler, I want to shoot his tail. And also use him for something slightly cheesy. Slightly. You will see what I mean. Hey Dragon, how you doing? Thank you. Now, if you don't mind, I'll just be doing this for a bit of time and farming back up all of the souls that I just lost from the Bloody Dragon. And yes, this is a very cheesy way to farm souls in the early game. Just a few seconds for about 600 souls. Zero risk. And I do believe you can actually fall off the ladder to make the journey faster. Because you only have to trigger the dragon like this. And there you go. And back up. As you can see, cheese. Technically infinite souls if you have the time. At zero risk. Now let's see how much strength do I need. Ooh. Quite a bit short. Do I have any souls to use? Yes, I do. Several, actually. Now granted, not as many as there used to be here. But they will have to suffice for my purpose. Okay, I think one more trip to the dragon should do it. And to anyone who might be confused, no, my plan is not the Uchigatana, although I will be using it for just a little bit. Actual plan is far more nefarious. Far more cunning. Although the Uchigatana will serve its role. Let's get one final soul power up. Let's head down here. Ooh, close. Come on. I hate the AI of the shield, guys. Ooh, right in the spine. There we go. Now, Mr. Dragon, you have a lovely tail. Very pointy and whatnot. I would like to cut it with arrows. Fun fact, you can also do this with a crossbow, but you need to aim it with the binoculars. Now this is going to take a while. About half of the arrows. Possibly more depending on how many I miss. I wish I had some elevator music for the dragon tail shooting competition. But oh well, what can I say? We are doomed. Time is meaningless. And the dragon is going to have a very spiky tail by the end of it. Not necessarily spicy, but definitely spiky. Also, you think the dragon would learn after like the first 5 shots. Maybe not put my tail in the spot that keeps getting shot at. Then again, me shooting it with the bow and arrow is the equivalent of a mosquito biting a human while they're sleeping. They won't get out of bed to kill the mosquito, I can promise you that much. So I'm guessing it has some historical accuracy. Still, I would expect a bit more intelligence from a dragon rather than a human. I don't know, maybe I've met too many intelligent dragons and too many dumb humans. That might definitely be a factor in the way that I expect certain creatures to behave. Also, it is important to aim for the tip of the tail, not the body of the tail. aka the moving bit. It's also not as hard to hit as you might think. Just aim exactly where I put it and wait for it to cross into the crosshair and then release. It will always 100% hit. If it, the second it touches the circle, that's when you release. That's the secret. Because it has a bit of a hesitation before going back to the swinging motion once it reaches the end, and that's when the arrow will hit it. Also, as you can see, because I almost missed that one, the hitbox is very, very generous. Okay, that one was on point. That one was a Robin Hood worthy shot. Not to the heart, mind you, but to the dragon's tail, which is close to goddamn enough. Hell, I think I might be better than Robin Hood at this, considering he shot apples off people's heads. I'm shooting a moving dragon tail on, from under a bridge, and the dragon's on top of the bridge. Actually no, he's on top of the tower the bridge is on. I'd say that requires a bit more skill than shooting an apple off someone's head when they stand still. And hell, you would also stand pretty still if that was... Oh, there we go. That was a lot faster than I expected it to be. 19 perfectly shot arrows. So let's see what was our reward for all of this. The Drake Sword, which requires 16 strength. Oh my. That's a bit more than I was expecting by 1. Oh well, not an issue. We'll just have to make do. Also for the next part, remember I said that spear will come in handy? Along with the sword? The shield, not the sword. Yeah. This is how we're going to go at the next area. Because doing anything else is almost suicide. Slow and easy. There we go. Let's never deal with the rats again, shall we? You're not coming for me, are you? No, okay. Let's instead deal with a certain knight that's up here. And actually, I think I want the Uchigatana for this. What? If my target heard me just now... Yeah, he heard me. He's looking right at it. Oh. Never mind. I forgot that's a two-hitter. Let's go into a bit more open area, because I do not want to fight the bear with a giant sword in the closed space. Oh, that was... Okay. There we go. That's some good backstab damage. That was close. That was risky, close, and probably not worth it. Nor was that. Oh no. Why was I vibrating? This is not the time to vibrate, game. Oh, come on. Yes, this way, Sir Knight. And down you go. Now, sword, please. Well, it was worth a try. Oh wait, I think I can level up. There we go. One more into strength. Thank you. Now considering what I'm up against here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I require my S-stock. Because fun fact, the S-stock can be used with a shield just like a lance. This is why we say S-stock is the best stock. That right there, the one-on-one demonstration. I do not want the pig to see me. I want to deal with these two before I deal with the pig. Oh, come on, stop drinking, you bastard. Okay, now, if you see this, pretty intimidating, right? If you look to your right, you'll notice a ladder. Well, a flight of stairs, rather. Go up it. Because it's the only place you will be safe from the boar. Don't forget about the other little swordsman that tries very hard and fails. He'll get here eventually. Until then, replace the fire bombs with an alluring skull. Because I want to show you something about how to deal with the boar. There is of course the option of stabbing it in the butt. Also, this is the only boar that you can actually stab in the butt in the entire game. Okay, you know what? Go. Fetch. Also, the damage difference is using the S-Stock with one hand versus two hands. Because it gains a lot more strength, scaling from that. Of which the S-Stock actually has some. Fun fact, it has a D in strength. Not a lot, but it's there. Now, we are going to go back to the spear, because we need a bit of precise stabbing for the next part. Why did I? Okay, that was completely not what I planned to do initially with this, other than flipping their bodies around. The mystery key, which is useful later on for releasing a certain friend of ours. Any more of you? Oh, doesn't seem like it. Okay. In that case, now pick up. Oh, just a broken. Okay. Fair enough. Remember that walking slowly is a thing in Souls-like games. Pick up the soul. Then slowly make your way forward. Ah, good joke. There is nothing here, by the way. illusory worlds are in the game, but they are later. Ooh, someone else ringing the bell. That's less damage than I expected. You will not be so intimidating with that berry shield, sir. Thank you. Yet another upgrade if we didn't already have one of the best shields. Well, base 100% defense shields in the game. No. I do not approve of that. Okay, so you are there, what's on the other side? That guy. I think I'll just be waiting here. Come on. Be brave. And yes, kicking, which is forward and normal attack, will break their guard. It just took me a while to remember that. Oh, you piece of... I didn't say you can drink. There we go. Proper spacing against the enemy. That's all you really need in a lot of these games. To be aware of their range and aware of your own. Now let's get a bit of a revenge on a certain someone who closed the door on us. A little hollow, where are ya? Thank you, I had to die so many times the first time I played the game. Because he runs back here while you're busy with the board, pulls that lever, and locks the gate. Which is very much not a good time. Well, not for me at least. Now we could go there, but there's a different place that requires our attention. Far more. And I'm surprised I haven't seen any message telling people that, so... I think I might just leave one here if I'm able. Let's see. How did this work? Write a message. Head. Bonfire. Also, for a new player, I highly recommend you leave a lot of messages, because each time someone rates them, and they are actually good messages, you will get a bit of healing. Oh, no, you don't. There's a penalty for healing in this part. The penalty is a spear to your spine. Now pay up. Jokes aside, I wasn't lying when I said there is a bonfire. It's right over here. Along with the main blacksmith. The most loved of blacksmiths. And there we go. Now we can actually use... Come on, where is it? The Drake Sword. Which is an infinitely better weapon than what we currently have.
Well, you must
At least
be a
for the
new
beginning.
rival. If it requires smithing,
Hurrah!
I'll be seeing you there.
Okay, I do believe we will be ringing the first bell and then ending the stream for today. Or rather for now, because I still want to play some Sekiro in the evening. However, that requires a bit of preparation. Now let us... What do we have up there? You can kind of see the bell from here. But right now our objective is to deal with these three little annoyances. In a hasty manner. Now, this guy is a bit of a bigger annoyance. As you might be able to tell by how big he is. Mostly. Ooh, another bell. Come on, Mr. Tower Knight. Oh, come on. You can see why I like the Greatsword. However, it has an issue. The Darksword cannot be repaired. And that special attack I just used to attack from range uses up durability, which can only be regained if it's upgraded. And once it breaks, well, that's it now, isn't it? Which is very sad, because I really would have liked to use it a lot more, but the limitations in the durability and its use of durability with the special attack make it not the best weapon around, unfortunately. So it's best to not be attached by it and use it as it is.
Well, you seem to need anything.
Yes, actually. For example, if I try... Wait, I can repair it? That...
Don't get yourself neither of it.
Hold on. Houston, what? I'm pretty sure the Darksword was not something you can repair. Was I lied to? No, I remember clearly I broke it for good at some point during my first playthrough. Well, now this changes things. This changes things quite a lot. Apparently the remaster either fixed it, and it was a bug, or changed it for the better. Either way, I'm very happy with this. And you're about to see why. But first, a quick little shortcut all the way to Firelink. Now, fun fact, I may as well activate the bonfire on my way out, because the big guy will not respawn. He is counted as a mini-boss, same with Hubble and a few others. And now we have an Estus Flask +2. Also, fun fact, this bonfire, unlike all the others, gives 10 flasks and can be upgraded to give even more. There's no need to do it, unless you're actually struggling with healing. But it's a nice little thing to remember, so that you don't waste the humanity you have. Oh yeah, also there were a few items below the elevator. I can show that next time. For now I really want to just beat up the gargoyles. There we go. Now then. You can see why I like the weapon, right? This is one of the hardest parts in the game for most people. This is the intended easy way to clear it. I have never seen a YouTuber actually show this. And I'm very mad about it. Because there are two types of people. The types of people who will tell you, oh, you need the Drake sword, and then never use it properly. And the types of people who tell you, oh, the Drake sword is bad, you shouldn't use it. Which isn't wrong per se, but at the same time, come on. It has its uses at the very least. Okay, you're getting an easy parole. Come out.
Oh, then thank you. I truly yeah,
Now, I won't summon him or Soler for this because I don't really need to. I could if I wanted to make things easier, but I do want to make sure that I can get the tail. And if I summon them, that guarantees going out the window. Although maybe I will summon Soler. We will see. After all, I should be showing all of the easy things now, shouldn't I? Should I summon Soler? Should I not summon Soler? Also, his Lautrec's summoning sign is over this way. Right here if you are human. Lautrec being the knight we just freed. And Solaire's is right here. In the corner. But for now I want to cut off the tail of the gargoyles and then I'll decide. Also, fun fact. For anyone who has played Demon's Souls first, most of them had a heart attack when they saw this. Because it looks very much like one of the hardest bosses in Demon's Souls. I think it was called Man-Eaters or something like that. And they are also a double fight. So they were absolutely terrified when they saw this, even though it's an early game enemy. Well, it's a late game enemy, rather. Sir, can you pass me that tail? Thank you. Come on. Okay, you know what? Let me show you how a dragon fights. Wait. Classic abuse of the Drake Sword, which I have never seen in a YouTube video, and I've watched thousands of them. I've never seen someone actually properly use the Drake Sword, and it kind of annoys me because, well, that's how easy it is. Look at this. There are people who have rage quitted the game over this boss in particular. Because they were like, oh yeah, there's no way we can fight two of these at the same time. No, it's too hard. The only thing you needed to do is either start with a class that has the arrows and have enough arrows, or buy from the merchant. Or buy from the merchant, get the Drake Sword, get the stats to use it. That is it. Now granted, the Drake Sword is a bit of a secret. It's a bit more of an open secret, like everyone knows about it. But it's technically supposed to be a secret that you can shoot it off. A brand new player, if he is completely blind, he may not know about it. So there is that. But everyone else, what is your excuse? Like seriously, where are your excuses for this? I'm just messing with you. As you can see, it is a powerful tool. Used properly. aka tight spaces, enemies you do not want to mess with, and so on and so forth. Why, hello there, my friend.
Greeting. I am Oswald of Careem. The path thou appearest to lack faith. Yet cometh thou to confess?
Oh, I did anger someone. Who the hell did I anger? Quick step solutions. Who did I anger? Okay. Oh, I'm sure it's fine. Now watch all of the Drakes attack somehow Rishanda, and he's going to punch me to death when I get there. I would not be surprised if the game somehow bugged and a Drake attack landed on top of Andre and now he's very pissed at me. But here's some of the items that are very important. Velka's Talisman. Not that. Excuse me. Velka's Talisman, which makes miracles, like all talismans, but it depends on intelligence, which means this allows mage builds to use miracles at a decent amount of power without investing a lot in fate. Now sure, the miracles do have their own requirements, but if you can fulfill those requirements minimum, you can use a wide variety of interesting stuff. So I will be taking that one. Also rings. Ring of Sacrifice. Decent. Poison Bite Ring. Quite useful, but not necessary. Blood Bite Ring. Also quite useful, but not necessary. Purging Stone. I always recommend people have at least one. Myself included, because I might mess things up. And that's it. See you later, Oswald. Again, as you can see, the game is not hard. There are ways to tackle even some of the most difficult of situations with surprising ease. But it takes a bit of preparation and knowledge, which is not something you will probably have the first time going to the game. It's one of the reasons why I made this stream, even though I have played the game. Don't get me wrong, I greatly enjoy exploring it again after so long. Also screw you, Chandler, for not giving me the dancing trident. Now I'm going to dance all over your corpse because of it. That's what you get. There's a drop that guy can have that's kind of amusing, kind of trollish, but I do like it. Hey. Hey. Okay then. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Why are you... I rested at the bone. Always be aware of when you rest and what will be revived when you rest. I did not do that. I am a dum-dum for it. God damn it. Okay. Going back up. And this time, rather than messing around with the knights, I'm going to kill those three first, so I have a safe place to back myself into. As odd as it may sound. The channel is also not going to respawn, so there is no risk of him casting magic from above, even though I haven't showed it. It is something that he can and will do, with extreme prejudice, might I add. Now, you. And you. Also durability on the sword. Not good. Not good at all. Now, time for a bit of revenge. Wait. Wait. I should have waited. I should have been the one who waits. And that will probably cost a lot of souls to repair, but I'm fine with it. As I said, powerful tool. Should be used. Should also be careful not to overuse it, because it's probably going to not be worth it every single time. Yes, you can get past enemies, but you also want to grow stronger as you do. And using it too much will consume the soul on repairs rather than, well, yourself.
Well, you need...
No, but I need something repaired. No, not purchase. Repair. Oof, 500 souls. You drive a hard bargain.
Neither...
Now, I do believe I'll be ending it here for now. Especially since I want to prepare for the Sekiro stream later on. Thank you everyone for dropping by. I hope you've learned a few things, maybe seen a few strategies you like to employ, or just get a bit of an insight into the game. I'll be continuing this one until I'm finishing it as well as the DLC. But that will happen at a later date. See you all next time.